Hi, my loves. It does feel kind of surreal being back here, and I know I have been gone for a total of 4 years. The last video I posted was 4 years ago. So, first and foremost, I do want to say thank you if you actually tuned into this. Now, today's episode, and this is going to be the first episode, I do want to get into a little bit where I have been, what has happened in my life that has just kept me away from YouTube and just following one of the passions that I truly, truly just love and enjoy so much. I did write down some bullet points, not because I wanted to pre-plan this video, more so because your girl tends to go on. It does happen that I just get off topic and now I'm all the way over there when I'm supposed to be over here. So therefore, I needed to kind of structure this video. So first off and foremost, I want to say this. The reason why I decided to sit down and start doing podcast episodes is because I think that I personally, and probably many of us, get very hung up on what type of content should I film. Like, we overcomplicate things. And the truth is, for me, I really just truly just missed talking to you guys. I missed creating. I missed just the whole creative process of it all. And I believe that sometimes we overthink. We try to be super perfect and try to have this great video idea of where everything has to be scripted and very perfect and the anchors have to be right and stuff, to where it really, I feel like that's not what it is about. For me, not so much anyways, because, this is my passion. This is my hobby. I do not earn a living with this. And I really just do this because it gives me an outlet to be me, So I have absolutely no experience filming podcasts. I personally enjoy them, which is why I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna start doing that. And so I am very grateful for every feedback that you guys can give me. May it be the picture quality, may it be you guys get tired of the background or you have any type of background input. Right now, this is what we're working with. Like, I do have a house with a big family. We have a lot of stuff and we don't really have a lot of empty walls. So this is really as much as I can give you guys right now. But I do think for now, this is fine. However, I am very, very open to if you guys have any, criticism or anything that you want to get out. You're like, hey girl, like the audio is not great, or the background, or whatever else you come up with, I'm very grateful for any feedback because I do want you guys to be able to enjoy this podcast. So let's get into it. As mentioned before, my last video has been 4 years ago, and you guys, a lot has changed during that time. I have changed a lot during that time. And the first bullet point that I do want to talk about, and that is, I think, the most important one, is that I had a third child. Like, I have 3 kids now. My kids, they are obviously the world to me, but I do believe that everybody that has multiple kids can understand being overwhelmed with being a mother of 3 is like a real thing. It was for me anyways. I think I was not prepared, and there was absolutely nothing that could have prepared me. And I'm not going to lie, it took me a second to just, find my way back into being able to even cut a little bit of time out for myself, as I mentioned before, this is my hobby. This is not my full-time job. So I do have a job. I also have 3 kids, I have 2 kids in school. I have 2 kids that have hobbies that they do, like the afternoon activities. I also have a toddler now. But before I had kids that were still pretty young. They just started school. And I also had a baby. So just navigating that already, for me, honestly, I felt like clipping off the time to do my passion, it almost felt more as a chore than it felt fun. And I really had to take a back seat, take a step back, and just understand that I don't hate doing this. It's just that I am so overwhelmed with everything else that's going on that when I have a second for myself, I don't want to feel like I have to do something else or I have to plan something else. Like I literally just wanted to, just be for a second and just gather my thoughts and pull myself together. I don't want to get too deep into motherhood because motherhood honestly is something I do want to talk about in a separate episode, just because I think it is such a well-rounded and big topic. But that was definitely one of the reasons. I had my third child. She also came in a very dark time for me. So I kind of looked at her as like a gift of God. And I really was just trying to just embrace motherhood and just be fully present, make sure that I am well, that I'm okay, that I have enough energy to take care of my kids, that I have enough, also, again, motherhood, that's a whole nother topic, but there's a lot us as women go through too. Having a child now, you raising a child, you are not the same person you used to be, and being okay with that and all that stuff, it just came with a lot. And my babies, they are my priority, and I have to keep reminding myself sometimes, when work gets stressful or something, and I have to remind myself at the end of the day, my kids, my family is all that matters. Everything else is really just, a little add-on. And therefore, it just took me a little bit to just kind of navigate through all that. So that already brings me to my bullet point number 2, which is I needed time, you guys, to take care of other things. As I mentioned, having 3 kids, having a job, also trying to take care of yourself somewhat, it really does just take a little bit of focus. And your girl, as I mentioned before, for example, I did not have a license until 2 years ago. So I had a third child, but I was not able to move. And where I live is literally in the butt crack of the world. No offense, right? I love it here for my kids, but at the same time, it's not like a lot of public transportation and stuff. So I had now a newborn and 2 kids that just, one really close to entering school, the other one entering school. And I did not have a license. So they would bring me home sicknesses. Every time I had to do anything, I was very reliant on my husband, which was, a lot on him. Of course, he had to take care of everything. And if I wanted to do something, either I had to wait till he would get home from work and then he would let me do it, or I would just have to take the bus. And our bus here drives once an hour. Now, not every hour and not super early and not super late. Like, you're very limited with your options. Now, we do have a train station from here, but even that takes about 15 minutes by foot to get there. So needless to say, it starts raining, pouring down rain, and I'm here with my 3 kids walking up and down to the train station. It was a lot, you guys. So I understood that when I had my third child, girl, you need to go and get your license. Like, I've been dancing around that topic for a long freaking time, trying to make excuses, trying to postpone it, just prioritizing everything else. And the time had come where I understood, with 3 kids, not having a car, I have 1 kid in kindergarten, 1 kid in school, that I have to get there and pick him up because my husband, he has to be at work, I just understood that I needed to do my license. So I understood that if I want to do this, working, besides working, besides taking care of my kids the way I was, and I am a very present mom, okay, that I needed to push distractions to the side. And I find that a lot of times, we get so caught up by focusing on things that are not really important, and therefore we lose so much time being productive in other areas. And I think that there just came a time where I clearly saw, girl, you're going to have to push, everything that's not really necessary to the side and focus on what needs to be done first. I'm going to say the license, for example, was one of the topics, but there was other stuff that needed to be taken care of. And I just noticed that the day only has 24 hours. Like I literally have to try to fit everything into this time. And for those of you that don't know, I was born and raised, and we currently also live in Germany. And, doing your license here, you have to be present. Like, it's not a thing of, oh, you just study online, you go take the test. Like, you have to attend a certain amount of hours of class. You have to attend a certain amount of hours of, you have to be there physically. And you also have to have some driving lessons, a certain amount. And so I just, every time that I had needed to go on that. And like I said, there were other things that needed to be taken care of. We had 2 rooms that we had used as storage for a while, that the 2 older ones, they were just clogged up, and the 2 older ones, they were sharing a tiny little room. So when they were very young, it didn't matter. But as they started growing older, they needed their own space. So we also needed to take care of that, Like I said, and meanwhile, you have life happening. There's other stuff going on. So there was just a lot of stuff that just had priority. And, it wasn't the time, I think. And this is something I can that I can give anybody out there as a recommendation. If you have stuff that needs to be done, okay? And I just want to say this too, because even when I did my license and I had to study for my theory classes, for the written test, I literally deleted Instagram off of my phone, because I noticed that when I was sitting there trying to study, literally, I would go to Instagram and just scroll, just waste time. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you this now, if you really have a goal and there's something you need to accomplish, you have to eliminate distractions, because if you do not, you are not going to be getting stuff done, or it takes you way longer to get stuff done than it should. So that is what I did, So to get to the next point, another thing that was kind of difficult for me to navigate, because, of course, all of this did not take 4 years, but then now I had my license, everything that needed to be taken care of was taken care of. And now I look at the internet space, and the internet has just changed so much, you guys. We live in this world now, just remember when I first started doing YouTube, and I know for some of you, like, I don't even know how many people even going to watch this, because, the algorithm is a thing. Like, if you don't upload consistently, now your videos are being pushed down. So you put hours and hours, and I just want to put an emphasis on this. When we create videos, and I mean like beauty videos, for example, those videos take hours and hours. Like, they literally can take up to 24 hours from the moment you start putting on your makeup, or from the moment you start setting up, till you record it, till you edit it, till you upload it, till you have it tagged. That is a lot of time. You know what I mean? And so if you do that, and now because you don't upload every week, your video is being pushed all the way to the bottom, and the viewers or your subscribers can't even watch the video because it's not being shown to them. That is, very frustrating. And so, but for those of you that know, when I started doing YouTube was different. Like, you would do first of all, people would watch long videos. That's a thing that I also want to put an emphasis on. A lot of people these days, especially a lot of those young people, they don't really watch long YouTube videos anymore. Like, sitting down for 12, 15 minutes. We live in this world of TikTok and Instagram shorts and all those short videos, to where everything is edited so quickly, you barely see anything. which I think on one side is a beautiful thing. On the other side, I loved YouTube because it gave you the opportunity to create a community. Okay. So what does that mean? I love the fact that I had people that were like, hey, like I care for, beauty. I don't know, whatever, find her content entertaining. So I watch her and they would look forward to seeing something else from me. Now, if you go through Instagram Shorts or TikTok, for example, and don't get me wrong, I watch Instagram Shorts. I refuse to really get into TikTok yet. We'll see. But like I say, it's not it doesn't really bring me like joy like that. So I do watch shorts too, and I do watch content from a lot of different people. So the positive to that is that you as a content creator, you being exposed to way more people, way easier than you used to. At the same time, though, people don't really have a personal connection anymore to the creators. So you will watch, let's say, 50 shorts, right? A day. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Shorts are kind of quick. Like it's easy to get there. So you watch 50 different shorts, but who of those creators do you remember? You might remember the information they gave you. You might remember the prank that they pulled or whatever else you're watching, right? Or which outfit they wore, how they applied their makeup. But do you really have like an emotional connection where you're like, hey, you see that person uploaded something, you're like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. I want to sit down, do my makeup and listen to that person. No, it's not like that anymore. And so that to me kind of took a little bit of the romance from creating from me. I don't know. I tried getting into TikTok, but like I say, it's really not. You guys, I'm like, first of all, I'm a millennial. Okay, whatever that means. But my husband keeps reminding me, so I just throw it in there. I'm a millennial, so we grew up differently. This microwave generational stuff that's going on now to where everything has to be quick and fast and absorb as much as you can in a short amount of time. It's not really my vibe, you guys. Like I have creators that I love, even on YouTube, and when they load up a vlog or they upload a video, a sit down video, I love sitting there while I cook, cut vegetables or whatever else. And I love just watching them while I do that type of stuff. You can't do that watching shorts. I don't want to sit there and like cut vegetables while 20,000 shorts are just, I don't know. It's just, I think I'm just from a different generation. And so to get back to how this space has changed, it just made it very hard for me to be motivated to come back. If you put in the hours and hours of work, now you have possibly, I'm going to say 20 or 30 people watching your video, but you done invested all this time and you put a lot of effort into it. Now, don't get me wrong. I love creating something out of nothing. However, my time is so limited. And you guys, for me, time is literally everything. Okay. Like time is everything. I find time is the highest currency we have on this earth because we never know when our time is up. So that was just really not something that I don't know. I just did not know where to fit into this new space anymore. And it took me a second to just be comfortable, stand out there and be like, you know what? This is the route I'm going to go now. And whoever wants to follow me on their route, I am very, very grateful for. And I think that, I think the right people will follow. But whoever does not want to follow, that's okay too, And then we almost hit the last one because I see my battery blinking. So I have to hurry up. Yeah, and that is actually going to round up this first episode. You guys, from now on, I'm just going to do whatever feels right. So for now, I love the idea of just sitting down. I don't have to do a lot of editing. I'm talking into my phone just so you guys have a little bit of a better voice quality. However, other than that, it definitely takes down the amount of editing and stuff. So for now, this is what it is. I just want to come back to you guys. I want to reconnect with you guys. I do want to talk about a lot of just near and dear topics to my heart to you guys. If you guys have any topics that you're like, hey girl, let's talk about it. I don't care if it's family, if it's beauty, if it's health, if it's world events, whatever you want to talk about, religion, of course, please just drop me a comment down below. I am very grateful for all types of inspiration that I can get. And yeah, I think that wraps up the first episode. I was trying to keep it kind of short. Yeah, you guys. May God bless all of you and keep the evil away from you guys. Focus on yourselves. Try to be good, kind people. And I will talk to you guys soon, hopefully. Bye.